Are you looking for the best underwater drones? In this video we will look at some of the 6 best drones on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. MOOCOR Underwater Fishing Camera. MOOCOR's fishing cameras offer an alternative to an underwater drone, sacrificing the control offered by thrusters and joysticks for the significantly lower investment required to dangle a camera below the surface. This should be enough for many, offering a perspective on fishing which you might have only imagined before. Set it up correctly, and you'll see the hook just before the lens. If your primary purpose is a peek below the surface for fishing or just interest, then a big advantage to this is a relatively small and light battery. Here 4500 mAh, can offer around 6 hours of power. On the downside, 1280 by 720 resolution, while offering a good view, certainly isn't up there with 4K or 1080p, so you won't be able to use the video for professional purposes. We would have also preferred to see a more modern codec for the video file. Number 2. Geneinno S2. If you feel you'd like to get down there with the glories of the deep rather than just pilot a camera, then the Trident underwater scooter is the device for you. Built with a sizable lithium battery to pull you along through the water, and simple controls, the S2 builds on the success of their Indiegogo-launched first generation. Photographers are not forgotten though. There is a GoPro mount on the front so you can record your trip just by screwing on your underwater camera in its housing. Not only is it nice to be saving on a camera you might well already have, but it's also nice to know you need only upgrade as you choose. The Trident is driven simply by squeezing the triggers on each arm. It's almost too easy, which is why there is both a kids mode and an app that allows you to enable a parent mode and remotely monitor your kids while preventing submersion. In normal use, it can dive, but if you let go it floats, even with a GoPro attached, which alleviates a few concerns. Number 3. Qysea Fifish V6 or V6S ROV. The Fifish is available as a standard V6 and the V6S includes the robot arm accessory. On its own, this is a good quality ROV with a 100m maximum depth and tether to match. The controller is reminiscent of a drone controller, with a space for a phone as a monitor. It's easy to use, and the posture lock, hover, maintains position accurately, but we did wonder why the pad was plain white, a touch too generic. It does have a lock depth button, like hover, however, which is useful to have easy access to. In fact, many of the features, 4K camera and dual 2000 lumen lights, are more costly elsewhere, and this may be the most wallet-friendly way to add a robot claw with over 5 kilograms 11 pounds gripping force to your underwater expeditions. This will be ideal for positioning other equipment remotely or attempting to grip and lift seafloor discoveries. There is also now a sleek black expert edition of this drone with 6000 lumen lighting and the option of onshore power for longer missions, and other accessories on offer including sonar sensors. We must admit we like the option of VR head tracking. The drone looks with you, and appreciated that a cable reel was in the bundle. Number 4. ThorRobotics King Crab 100X. This is a real traditionalist's underwater explorer robot, which is not only very capable but looks the part too, though is not actually quite as big as it might seem at first glance. Viewed from above it's about the size of a letter. Control is via a generous 300m cable, supplied on a reel, and an iOS or Android app, unless you opt for the ground station. There is none of the design elegance of the PowerVision products. This is a device designed not in reference to aerodynamic drones and consumer products, but professional ones. In order to give it the strength to do a job, the body houses 4 thrusters, meaning you can get enough force and direction behind the robot arm to lift up to 10 kilograms of objects from beneath the waves. You might choose, for example, to assist environmental projects by lifting debris or litter, or you might fancy beating coastal metal detectorists by grabbing valuables before they wash up on the shore. You can see what you're doing from the camera, though oddly the focal length is such that the hands themselves are too near to be in perfect focus, not to the extent it'll slow you down, though. You can also record in 4K UHD onto the camera, which provides 1080p live feedback as you explore the depths, illuminated by 2 1000 lumen LEDs. ThorRobotics can also provide specially tailored versions with a ground station or even longer cables. Number 5. Chasing Innovation Dory. This is in many respects a smaller version of Chasing's Gladius Mini. It's certainly the same striking yellow and pleasingly incorporates the maneuverable 5-thruster design, which makes it possible to tilt the body, and, by extension, the camera, up and down. If you think that might make it hard to control, worry not, the depth lock feature is retained from its bigger brother too. So how has Qysea sliced the price so low? Firstly, the camera is a more modest 1080p, supported by only 250 lumens of light. At shallower depths this shouldn't be an issue. Secondly, the umbilical is significantly shorter, though the surface end is actually a floating Wi-Fi buoy, so you can throw it in the water and, so long as you're within Wi-Fi range of it, admittedly not far given the water, you have control, maximizing the use of the 15 meters, 50 feet tether. Finally, that control is all on screen using the app, so there is no physical controller unit. That means you'll need to be cautious of getting water on the touchscreen, but on the plus side, the battery is contained in the drone and is the only element you'll need to charge, and the 720p live feed is ideal for piloting with. For most, this will be all the underwater drone needed, and the app is well featured, even supporting live streaming to social media. This could make a boat trip more fun, or even add educational value to exploring lakeside pools. Number 6. PowerVision PowerRay. Traveling underwater is not a friendly environment for high-frequency radio used for the live video feedback on aerial drones, so the PowerRay is provided with a 70 meters (230 feet) umbilical cable that gently rests behind it as it is propelled by its 2 horizontal props. The body also features a central vertical thruster to make changing depth a straightforward process that won't cause tangling of the communication cable. The depths can be a murky place, even the first few meters, so the ray adds 2 dimmable 450 lumen headlight lights to illuminate your subject, which can be captured in 4K, 30 frames per second max, or 4000x 3000 pixel stills. With a maximum ISO of 1600, the camera is more than capable in the depths the PowerRay can manage, though the 1/2.3-inch sensor could be bigger in a perfect world. 32 or 64 gigabits SD storage is provided depending on the version you choose, but you can put your own card in. There is a PowerRay Explorer, which is the basic video shooting drone, and a more expensive PowerRay Wizard Edition, which adds the PowerSeeker sonar device, which can detect the underwater landscape and use temperature data to identify fishing hotspots, bait dropper, and a carry-on friendly travel case, and Zeiss VR1 goggles, which provide an alternative means of exploring the depths from the deck. The latter isn't just good fun, it makes enjoying the 1080p live feedback easier than on your phone screen on a bright day, although the price differential between the Explorer and Wizard versions is considerable in some stores.